jumping right into, this is like the classic year look, right? With my curlers in, my Velcro curlers. We're gonna go into a beautiful New Year's Eve look. I am starting in the tropical beauty cabana. Just wait though. I'm gonna metamorphose into a New Year's Eve, sparkly, shiny, like disco ball. So first, let's prep our skin. I'm going to go in with my vitamin E lip treatment. Lips are always dry and I can't function without having moisturized lips. Then we're gonna go into prepping the skin. So what I'm going to do is, since I've been using my Sunday Riley, my lactic acid treatment at night, I'm not going to exfoliate this morning. I'm gonna go right into my Ever Hydra Rich cream and I'm going to put this on my skin, really hydrate, get that skin plump, looking gorgeous for the foundation. Remember, if you're not prepping your skin, you are setting yourself up for a disappointment with your makeup. Now, this is a rich cream, but it doesn't feel greasy or heavy on the skin. It really nicely goes in, gives me a really beautiful canvas before I start the whole makeup process. I'm gonna go in with a little SPF. This is SPF 32, again from Ever, and I'm gonna just put that on, work it into my skin. Sunscreen is worked into my skin. You know that I like to refresh my skin with the Quarterly Beauty Elixir before, during, after, you name it. It just depends on when I want to do it. It just sets the mood. It's like a festive night, ladies, and it doesn't matter if you're going out or not. I am not a big New Year's Eve person, as in going out and staying out late. I love to get ready, and I don't even care if I'm just staying home. I always put on makeup. I do the whole thing. I put on a beautiful outfit. And honestly, I don't have to go anywhere. It's just the whole vibe and the festivity. You can watch the ball drop at home. I mean, it's just really fun. So if you're not going out, you can do this look. This is what I do. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing this year, but no matter what, you know, Velcro curlers will be in, makeup will be on, beautiful outfit will be happening. All right, so the canvas is set. So we're gonna go right into our eyes. I am using my eye and lip primer. The first thing I always do to prep, neutralize out my eyes. So you're going to see, this is going to give me that true eyeshadow color. So I'm not putting on eyeshadow and then having it muddy all up and then just not really look pretty. I want to neutralize. I don't wanna put it on an eye lid that has darkness, redness, veins going through it, because that's what I'm going to see through my eyeshadow. So if you've ever put on eyeshadow and thought, why doesn't it look good? Why doesn't it look fresh? It's because you need to prime your eye first. Eyes are prepped, ready for our Headstrong eyeshadow. This is what I picked out for you today. Beautiful, just in that silvery, but yet a little bit deeper, has some flecks of silver in the darkest color. This is a really popular palette that we have, and I really love it because it's not too dark, it's not too light. You're still playing with more of a color palette, and it's going to give you this silvery kind of blue. It's really silvery, but depending on how you interpret it, it's going to go on. I put it right on the actual lid in the center, and then I'm going to move it towards the nose and towards the end of the eye. It's a beautiful wash of color. Again, with all of my palettes, you can wet them or you can keep adding color. You can build up the color depending on what you really want to see on your lid. If you want a really beautiful, darker lid, keep adding on the product. If you wanted just a nice wash of color, you don't have to work that hard. It's very highly pigmented, silky smooth, and it's going to go on your eyelid primer beautifully. I'm going to just flip my brush over and I'm going to do the lightest color now on the brow bone, and I'm going to just highlight this. I'm going to take my short smudge brush. The name is on the actual brush. These are mine actually. I put all of my eyes in one, but I have 9 essential makeup brushes for you that I designed for you. They're 100% vegan, and I love them because they all have their specific job. It makes it very easy for you. You don't need more than 9 brushes. It's very simple. You can buy the foundation buffing brush individually, which is a staple in your makeup bag to really buff on your foundation, your BB cream, your tinted moisturizer, your CC CC cream, whatever your medium that you like using. So I'm going to use my little smudge brush going into the darkest color that has the flecks of silver in it. So pretty, very festive. It gives you that just extra. Also remember, like I just said, you can wet this palette, just put a drop of water, say into the darkest, and you can use it as a liner if you want to do that. So you're going to see that little highlight of those flecks, something 2-in-1 for you if you want to kind of use your eyeshadow for an eyeliner. That's a really great way to do it also, which I love. But with this little smudge brush, this is what I really like. I can go to the base of the lashes and almost create a soft powdery liner. That's what's really neat about the way you can apply your eyeshadows. So it just depends on the brushes you're using, but I'm going to use it this way first on the lash line, so you can see that I'm just building up the lash line. This camera wants to focus just on one thing. I'm going to just, you'll see, because it's going to prep for my cream liner. So it's going to give it that extra really beautiful line, but it's going to be diffused, and then it's going to be powerful, but not over the top. Now, once you do this, you can go underneath the bottom and you can just sweep across, giving it that balance. Then you can take it like you normally would do and go into this corner and into the crease right here to give it that kind of pushback, that dimension that you see. You want to create that visual of having more of a contrast to your eyeshadow on your lid. So this is just a really pretty, this is what you normally do. This is what I normally teach you on putting it right into the crease. Right there, you're creating a beautiful dimension of color. But this is a special holiday look, so that's why we're going first on the lid or on the lash line, just building that up, really beautiful underneath, and then going just in that crease there. Now the eyeshadow is on. Remember, I haven't done anything on my skin besides just prepping it. Take my Almay pad, this is my eye makeup remover, and I'm going to just sweep underneath my eye. It'll take off any of the fallout if I have any, and also crisp up the end of the line. You know that I love that. I love taking this pad so easy and going to the end and really getting any of that shadow that it's not exactly where I want it. I don't want it falling down. I don't want it to drag down the eye. So I lift it up. So I'm just cleaning up very simply. I'm not going all over my face, just underneath my eyes to take away that little shadow. Taking my eyelash curler, and I'm going to the base of my lashes, making sure my skin is not also included. And I am pumping about 10 times at the base. And at the end, I like to hold it and I just do a tiny lift. You don't want to go crazy because you don't want to, you know, I have to tell you a little story about my eyelash curler real quick. So I was doing this in a rush one time, hence why I designed my heated eyelash curler that also is sold out, but it is coming back in a new, improved, upgraded packaging. So I was going to a wedding and I was rushing and I didn't have it at the base, and I was pumping it and it twisted. Do you see how this can twist? So I had it in my eyes. I twisted it accidentally, obviously, and it ripped out half, like a quarter of my lashes on the end. And I was very sad and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And I looked and I was like, okay, half my eyelashes are in this little contraption. So you have to be very careful. I did not use this for a couple of years after. I was so traumatized. But that's why if you are worried, if you don't feel like you have steady hands, or if you are too impatient, that is why the heated eyelash curler is a really great tool to use instead of the mechanical. I know some women are a little afraid of that, rightfully so, after what I did, and we're moving on. Taking my volume mascara with my creamy mascara. This is in black, and this is really nice because it has these teeth that are really going to grab a hold of every single baby little one, and it's going to really give me that definition that I want. I am going to be putting on my favorite false lashes, which are my Ardell 420s. They're my naked lashes, that is what they're called, and I think that they're beautiful. This is an event. I want to put them on with you today. I always am putting them on with my Fierce Aging ladies, and I'm very jealous. So today I'm going to put them on myself because it is New Year's Eve and it is going to be absolutely 100% knockout lashes. We want to see those lashes, even if you're just taking selfies or you're taking pictures with whoever is coming over. If you're staying home or you're going out, you want your lashes to stand out. Lashes are completed with the mascara. You can do bottoms also if you want to do that for a more dramatic look, more evening look. And then we're going to go into my lashes. I'm going to put those on. Lashes are on, looking beautiful. Now you can take your cream liner, and if you want to have a little bit of a thicker line when it comes to your lashes, you can do that. This is in dark brown, and I like to just sweep it across over the lash bands, and you can just really nicely make that line thicker if you find that there's any kind of issues with how you applied your lashes. And then what you can do is, if you feel that you see a little bumpiness, just take your smudge brush again, a little eraser brush, and you can go over it and smooth everything out. I like using the dark glue, so it basically makes the lash line look thicker. I'll just take the cream liner also, just to give that dimension underneath. I want, you know, this is evening. This is our last night of the year. It's got to be special, right? Always take your Almay pad, wipe off the little brush because it will get hard if you don't. Snap it back into the top, and then you put on the top for your cream liner. You can also use this on your brows, making sure that it never dries out. Going right into underneath the eyes, I'm going to use Just Peachy. I'm going to get away with just using the Just Peachy instead of using a concealer over it because this is a medium to full coverage. I want to brighten up underneath my eye area, and this is what I'm going to do. I will take my buffing brush. This is my buffing foundation brush, and I will just buff this into the eye area, lightening it up, bringing it down on my cheek area where you know that I have a little hyperpigmentation. I want to brighten everything up, and then I'm going to go right into my foundation. So I'm using a new foundation that I did buy recently. I did treat myself because, you know, I love the La Mer serum foundation. I'm always on the hunt for new serum foundations. And of course I found the Chanel one that is a serum. It is the Serum Day Tint, and I will link everything below. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, La Mer still has my heart, but this one is coming in at a top second. Could take over number one. I don't know yet. It's so beautiful. And then I'm going to put a little poolside. This is our face glow, and this is how you use it. It's going to just illuminate the skin. We have Facelift, which is more of a champagne color. Then we have Rosé Please, which is going to be more on a pinkier, that beautiful, just glowy skin, or poolside's more bronzy. So I wanted to give myself a little color. I need a little color all the time. So I'm going to just literally take a dab. A little bit goes a long way. And then I'm going to put, this is such a beautiful packaging. You know, it just makes you feel so good. I'm going to just take 2 pumps of this serum foundation. I'm going to mix it together, and I'm going to apply this with my buffing brush. I do not want to waste any of this foundation. So I'm going to first put it off of my finger, and then I'm going to take my buffing brush and I'm going to work it into the skin. I'll tell you what color. I don't know if it says BR12 is the color that I got. I think it's a pretty good match for my skin. Ultra lightweight. It smells divine, and it just sinks into my skin, as you can see. You see that? And I'll get a little of that glow from my poolside, which is right here, just a tiny bit. You can also take this and put it on the cheeks if you want to highlight. You can use it in a lot of different ways. I love using it in the foundation because it just gives my skin that extra, that glowiness, that healthy look to it when it's not a really, you know, glow infused foundation. So I think you can get away with 1.5 pumps. I did 2, and with these serum foundations, they're going to last you a long time if you use a pump and a half. I never use more than that when I use my La Mer. This really goes a long way. I just try to get as much off of my hand that I'm not wasting anything. And it is beautiful. You are going to be thrilled. If you are looking for that serum, that light foundation, yes, it is expensive, ladies. I am not denying that. I bought it, I cringed, but I was like, you know what? It's gonna last me at least 5 months, right? That's what my La Mer did. I did a blog post on that, 4 months, $25 a month. That it was what it cost me. I did a cost per wear. That makes me feel better because I know exactly, you know, if I feel a certain way, my skin looks a certain way, I'd much prefer to invest in one product than buying 12 at the drugstore, which I have done. I did a video once called Confessions of a Foundation Junkie, and I spent so much money on testing and trying to figure out my color, and did I like the consistency? I didn't like the consistency at the drugstore, and I had it. And I think that is really why I really turned to staple intentional products. I waste, hundreds of dollars on all these drugstore, and they're not that inexpensive at the drugstore. $22, $25. I found the Joya, and then they discontinued that. So, I'm always on the hunt. I do dupes. I don't really think there are such a thing as dupes when it comes to a product like this, but I did find that Joya, and then of course they had to discontinue it. Go figure. Going in with Nikita Banana, my brightening powder. I just like to do T-zone. I like to set everything on my face. This is ultra, ultra light. This is triple milled. This is not going to weigh heavy on the skin. It's going to just give you a beautiful finish. Set underneath the eyes when you have a concealer or you have your color corrector, your eye brightener, and then I kind of sweep out to the sides whatever's left on the brush. Going in with my Classic Beach bronzer, blush, highlighter. So now that I put the poolside, which is the face glow, in my foundation, I'm going to go very, very, very light on the bronzer and just giving that definition. Do you see? Just a little definition there that will give me that cheekbone right underneath. Again, my trick for you is find the top of your ear, go straight down. So you can literally take the brush, go to the top of the ear and go straight down like this. That's where you're going to put your bronzer. I know that it gets very confusing not knowing, but that's a good guide for your bone structure. Where does your top of your ear end, or where does it start? Wherever your top of your ear is, go straight down, and that's where you're going to really buff in your bronzer. This is a universal bronzer. It's matte, so it's not going to be sparkly or anything like that. Going right down the line into a beautiful peach blush. Does have flecks of gold in it, going right on my cheekbone. Again, with your face shape, figure out what works for you. Do you start up higher? Do you want to create a little bit more fullness and you go down here? I like to go right on top of my cheek, pulling it back. Using my flat foundation brush, I'm going in to take the highlighter, and this is beautiful. It is New Year's Eve, so of course I'm going to do beautiful highlighter, and I'm going to go right on top here. Do you see that? The light is going to catch it. I will be drinking a glass of champagne and I will look into the light and you will see this beautiful glow. It makes me so happy. Again, it's not glitter. It's just a beautiful sheen. I do not like glitter on my face. As a mature woman, it's not cute. I think that if you love glitter, you do you, but glitter on my face just doesn't, it migrates all over the place. Besides hair on my shoulders, I have glitter and I don't like it. So I stick with sheens, just really highlighting. I don't need it to, glitter up my fine lines and wrinkles. So I stick with the sheen. Ladies, we are getting there. We are on to the lips, my favorite part. Wait a second. Before I do that, I'm going to go in with my cocoa and I'm going to just give my brows a little grooming. They're going to be nice, any of those gray brows, if I do have them. I told you a couple fell out, which I was like, okay, that's fine. Just gonna groom them up with my brow fix. We have clear, we have blonde, we have cocoa, which I use, we have brunette and dark brunette. Now we're gonna go into the lips. So Cameo is my lip liner of choice. It's a Kohl, beautiful, creamy lip liner. And guess what? I'm gonna go in with Figure It Out because I haven't used that. And guess what we've done for the last 2 years? We have figured it out. So this is a really beautiful, just nude lip. I want to do that. Not that you couldn't do something a little bit more powerful. If you want to, you can do that. Pinky nude, pink lip. I love Headstrong eyeshadow palette because it's in the gray families with a nude, with a pinky nude lip. You just really decide what really looks great with your skin tone. But I'm going to go and line my lips, and I am also going to give my top lip that extra little pick me up. So like I've told you before, when you have your peaks on your lip here, you're going to just connect them. So it makes your lip poutier. You're not overlining your lip. It's not obnoxious. It doesn't look like you're trying to be 20. It's just basically giving you this beautiful look. And I'll tell you where this came from. So I did a cover of a magazine back in the day in the 90s, and it was Good Housekeeping for Espanol. And my photographer was also my makeup artist, and he was one of my favorite. And we worked a lot together on different photo shoots. And he was the one that first did that. And I was like, that is amazing. He changed the shape of my lips, but yet you wouldn't really know. So I got this really beautiful poutier top lip because my bottom lip is bigger than my top lip. And ever since then, I have been teaching this method. It is beautiful. Everyone loves it. All of my clients that came in when I would do their makeup were like, can you please do this? Don't ask me why I'm trying to still talk to you and try to line my lips at the same time. It's not working. So let's just line them. So what I'll also do is just take the lip liner and make it a little bit thicker so it's not just a line, because when your lipstick starts to wear, you don't want to have just a ring around your lips. You want it to be filled in a little bit more, so you can just fill in your lip. Then I'll go in with my Figure It Out. And then what I like to do, because you know that I can't do a lipstick without doing a lip gloss, I will go in with my Embrace. This is really a lip combo that I wear a lot. Cameo lip liner, Figure It Out, and Embrace on top of it. So you get that high gloss lip. It really looks nice and fresh. You can go lighter if you want to with this lip. If you are thinking maybe champs, maybe you do a little FBS, maybe you do a classic Pretty Smart that we have. Those are really nice choices too. Let's take down the hair and put on the outfit. So my Velcro curlers are out. One of my favorite discoveries, even though I knew about them since the 80s, 90s. And then I just rediscovered them really this year. You know, it's been my big thing, putting on my favorite earrings. I wear these so much in all of my photo shoots. And I can really spray up my hair. I can, you know, just really depends on what the look is that I want. I can clip it back if I want to, but I got that body, I've got that fullness. And it's really because of using, yes, I have thick hair, but it's also because I'm using these Velcro curlers. I'm using the styler with the Dyson. You've seen me, that was a new purchase for me this year. But also my hair being heavy can be very limp and it can be very flat. And so it's not just because I have a lot of hair, I have to really work with it. So I have my New Year's Eve outfit on. Let me show you. It's not just a top. It is a whole beautiful pant set, isn't it? It's just so much fun. So it's all about having that glass of champagne or that sparkling cider, whatever you choose, ladies, and really looking at the year, celebrating yourself, celebrating your wins, thinking about all the wonderful things that have happened to you. It's been quite a struggle for the last 2 years, and we have made it together. We've made it to the last day of the year, and I'm so happy you're here with me. I don't want to get emotional about it, but you ladies are such an inspiration to me. All your comments, coming on my Fierce Aging series. I mean, it's not easy showing up, and it's just not the easiest thing to do. Okay, so I did my beautiful makeup, and then look what you do to me. You create emotion, but I think this is the second time besides my IVF debacle over there on that channel of crying on this channel. But ladies, I mean, this isn't just, oh, I'm a beauty influencer, I'm a creator. This is really a passion of mine. I care about you. I care about how you do your makeup and what you do. And okay, pull it together. We are going to, 1 second, hold on. That was not expected at all. I had such good vibes, like preparing myself for my video today. But ladies, obviously you know how much you mean to me, because if I can start waterworks and I normally don't cry, you know how special you are to me. So celebrate this night, celebrate your year, celebrate the new year that's coming in, all the beautiful beauty looks and tips and tricks and everything I have in store for you in 2022. And until my next video, I'll see you later.